Hi everyone, welcome to the second part of this haul. So sorry I tend to ramble too much. So the first part was spent just talking about nonsense. Well, not really nonsense, but I really like talking about Le Labo. As soon as I start talking, it's nonstop. So I'm trying to contain myself, and I also put in some notes so that we can keep on track. So the second part is all about Celine. So Celine also there's, if I'm not mistaken, there's only one boutique here in Manila, and it's in Greenbelt. But please don't take my word for it. This is the only boutique that I go to, since Greenbelt is the nearest to me, to my place of work. So, as compared to the very minimalist and very very simplistic style of Le Labo, Celine is very luxurious. So as you can see, their paper bag is the textured thick cardboard with some impressions here. So Celine is just the embossed black, as opposed to like a stamp or a print from Le Labo. So just gives you a sense of the difference in how they present. But Le Labo is definitely niche, and Celine, can consider it to be fragrant designer. Okay, so I have here some items. So this was given to me by my SA. My SA's name is Lovely, and yes, she is lovely. She has been responsible for making me buy all of these wonderful Celine fragrances. So just a quick look on this one. Okay, so this one is just the receipt. And then the other one is a Christmas card, I guess. So when I purchased this at their Celine store, they were having this holiday party, and they were serving champagne and canapes and macarons and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I had so much fun. So this is from Lovely. Thank you so much. Love it to bits. And look at that embossed Celine logo there. Definitely luxurious. So I actually have here two perfumes, and we'll go through them one by one. So here's a sneak peek. Two bottles, and also some samples right there at the bottom. So let's take them out. Packaging is also very luxurious, very designer. So let's bring it down, and then let's get the samples. The samples here are Zuzu and Saint Germain-des-Prés. So these ones I specifically chose, so this was not random. These are the two other scents that I want to try out some more, test them on my skin. If you have a good relationship with your SA, you talk to them about your preferred fragrances, your preferred scents. Are you somewhat of a citrusy person? Do you like floral fragrances? Do you like musky, woody, oriental? So that they can, if they have the availability of these samples, they can be able to, give one to you to test out, do a skin test, check if it's good with your body chemistry, work up a light sweat in it so that you know how you smell after you do errands or a workout, if you prefer wearing perfumes while you go to the gym. So yeah, samples are always a good idea. Okay, so this is the packaging of the Celine fragrances. So it's very, very similar to the paper bag at the back. So It's the white minimalist box, but very luxurious. It's still in the textured carton in just the simple black font. There's a black ribbon that provides an accent, and the plastic is held together by this sticker with the Celine emblem on it. So let's take this out. Okay, so I took out the plastic, so it's very noisy, so I didn't record it, but I also wanted to share with you. Okay, they also have here manufacturing dates, where it was imported. So yeah, this is fairly new, October of this year. And yeah, you also have here the batch code. So now you know it's black tie, and the price 19,000 pesos for this very gorgeous 100 ml eau de parfum. So let's take this out. Let's start with Celine black tie from the Celine Haute Parfumerie. So this is 19,000 pesos for 100 ml. They also carry the 200 ml, and the 200 ml is priced at 28,500 pesos for 200 ml. So cost per ml, it's always a good idea to buy a bigger bottle, especially if you intend to use this as a signature scent. Okay, so but for me, 100 ml is more than enough. Sometimes I decant, I give it to friends, I let others, you know, try it at a personal capacity. So I don't make money, I don't sell decants, I don't do that. Okay, so launched in 2019. So this was designed under Hedi Sliman's artistic direction. So Celine does not disclose or share the individual perfumer who actually created the notes for this perfume. So let me just take out the... Okay, should I take out the... So we just slid the black ribbon. It's the one that keeps the box intact, which is a good idea because you don't want to, you know, just be holding it from the top and then the bottle just slides right out of you. Okay, so black tie. For the longest time, the 100 ml has been out of stock in Manila. I waited almost maybe 4 or 5 months before I was able to get confirmation that they were restocking the 100 ml bottles. So this is a very, very nice, classic, elegant, simplistic design. It has, at least for the Celine perfumes, it has androgynous couture trail with a powdery signature. So all of the Celine fragrances are unisex. Some have notes that make it lean towards either feminine or masculine. So if there's a strong woody, oody, leathery notes, then it's leaning towards masculine. And then anything that's like bright, sparkly, floral, fruity, then it's gonna slightly lean towards feminine. But regardless, you can wear whatever scent that you like. So for black tie, which is a bestseller for them, its notes include white orris, butter, cedar, tree moss, vanilla, musk, an amber iris, vanilla wood, built like a dinner jacket. So I think the black tie is a fitting name for this one. It has cedar or moss structure, powdery orris softness, and vanilla and musk for sensuality. So wearing black tie, think of a holiday party, a very formal holiday party. Tailored suit, sleek dresses, nothing flashy, but there's elegance and classy themes involved. There's low lighting, there's piano in the background, the fragrance reading is refined, it's creamy, powdery, woody, never loud. Very intimate. Only the person beside you can smell what you're wearing, something like that. So it's a sensual scent. It's a different kind of vanilla. It's not the vanilla that is always vanilla, like the gourmand type, like the sweet ones. So this one, let's spray in the box to get a first impression. So the opening is a buttery orris and vanilla, so I can definitely smell the vanilla, and it has a cedar lift, so there's a depth to it. It's a woody vanilla, I might say. Woody, musky vanilla. So it's not the gourmand sweet vanilla type. So this is really great for very formal occasions. But you can also use this in a casual setting. The mid is a powdery cream type of scent, and the dry down is still a soft vanilla musk, and there's also a cedar moss running in the background somewhere. So performance in Manila heat and humid conditions, it can feel comforting, and it's possible that it can also dissipate quickly. So if you spray it, it's possible that maybe after 2 to 3 hours the scent will just fade, so you need to reapply. There's little to no projection at all, so it's a very intimate encounter. You may need to carry a decant or a small bottle with you just to keep yourself refreshed. So yeah, or use a moisturizer to extend the staying power. Other comparisons for a black tie would be Dior's Bois d'Argent, which has iris, myrrh, and honey. It's airier and definitely less vanillic than bow tie. Guerlain, which has a lot of vanilla alternatives, and it's not the vanilla gourmand. So you have the Spiritus Double Vanille, which is a boozy vanilla, sweeter but not crossing the gourmand territory. And you also have Angelic Noir and Queer Beluga for your other vanilla interpretations. They say that Tom Ford Tobacco Vanilla has some association, but it's not like a direct or a very exact scent profile as a black tie. Another would be Diptyque's Eau de Well. Its vanilla is more on the greener, more nature type of vanilla. So especially the Eau de Parfum of Eau de Well, it's also more aromatic. So the Eau de Toilette is quite similar, but can't really say that it's really an exact dupe. But it has the vanilla hint that you want. For the community and online feedback of this, they call this a dressy vanilla with exquisite blending. But sometimes the performance is too quiet for the price as well. Among its peers, like the other similar scented perfumes, this is the best in class. So it's lighter, woody vanilla for some. It can also dry down to a skin scent for some people as well. Okay, I spent too much time on black tie. Okay, we move on to the second Celine fragrance. Alright, so the second Celine fragrance that I got that day, maybe because I probably had too much champagne, is the Un et Francais, meaning French summer, I think. So this is a nice summer fragrance, perfect for Manila weather all year round. So Manila weather is like sunny all year round, but you also have 5 to 7 months of monsoon and rain. So humidity is still there. It's still hot even if it's typhoon season. So you can see the difference in the juice. So you can already see that Unet Francais has a lighter, brighter scent or accord in the just by looking at the juice, and the black tie is much deeper, and because of vanilla notes it will also tend to go deeper, maturate, and will have a more deeper scent profile. Okay, so for Unet Francais, it has the same price. So all Celine fragrances have the same price at 19,000 Philippine pesos. So this one is one of their newest launches. It was launched just this year, 2025. It's inspired by Saint Tropez vacation and the New Wave youth. So the house narrative also emphasizes a powdery trail uniting the Haute Parfumerie line. So Celine fragrances also tend to be powdery musky, at least in the dry down or in the base. But for Unet Francais, its notes include bergamot, petitgrain, neroli, gorse accord, so it has a coconut tinged facet, and powdered vanilla. So the accord evokes sea air over sun-warmed skin, floral citrus green with creamy, salty hints, and a soft vanilla veil. So what I think about when I smell this is late afternoon seaside, but not necessarily like the marine salty air. It's more of the trees, or yeah, the trees that you smell when you're beside the shore, rather than the smell of the sea and the sand. Yes. So it's citrusy, but it's not light per se. So you still have that I don't know if it's neroli, and a bit of that creamy, salty accord, that grounds the citrus of the bergamot and the neroli, the petitgrain. Okay. So I think linen shirts, sun on skin, sun with sunscreen. So it smells a bit like sunscreen, at least in the middle part. The fragrance feels very uplifting, chic, skin first rather than sunscreen gourmand. But yes, I can definitely smell the sunscreen. I get the vibes. It's like summertime in Manila. It's like going to Boracay, going to Coron. You're just slathering SPF so you don't get sunburned while still having fun. So the opening is definitely a sparkling neroli citrus. The heart, or it gently softens into a coconut airy type of fragrance, while the dry down is a powdered vanilla that softens the green floral into a balmy, salty skin aura. So you get the salty notes at the end, like when you're almost you know, you're touching your feet, your toes are touching the wet sand already. So in Manila's warm humidity, the neroli and petitgrain bloom beautifully. So projection is moderate. Longevity may be around 4 to 6 hours. I really noticed that Celine longevity is not quite long lasting. So it has a linear skin-like trail. You smell of someone who just went to the beach. It wears perfectly in heat. It remains bright but elegant. I've also tried this on sweaty skin, and in fact it actually complements the scent of the neroli and the sunscreen notes. So other alternatives here would be Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So it's a coconut amber solar. Personally, I haven't smelled that. Not quite interested in Tom Ford fragrances lately. You can also try Mathieu Premier Neroli Oranger, which is neroli and soft musks. So I think it's the neroli that brings out the creamy sunscreen vibe. Because when I tried the Neroli 36 of Le Labo, it also gave sunscreen vibes. So community impressions describe this as uplifting, chic, summer perfect. So anything, you know, near the equator, this would be a perfect fragrance. It's a creamy green floral signature. It has better than expected longevity compared to some Celine releases. So maybe because it's one of the latest releases, they're able to, you know, adjust their formulation to keep the longevity of it a bit better. Okay, so those are the two fragrances that I have, that I was able to get from Celine. And we'll also try the Zuzu, which is the sweeter vanilla, almost gourmand, or a little, you know, a touch of gourmand. And then the Saint Germain des Prés, which is similar to Honnête Francais. This is also bright, sparkly, citrusy type of fragrance. Okay, so that's it for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3, where I will be sharing my Chanel haul. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment if there's a Celine fragrance that you like. Please share them down below, and we'll see if we can also do a test on eventually all of the fragrances under the Celine Haute Parfumerie line. Okay, thank you so much. We'll see you in our next video. Bye!